regulators are accusing the nation's largest toy retailer of using its market power to keep toy prices high. The Federal Trade Commission has charged Toys R Us with antitrust violations. It alleges the company pressures manufacturers to stop selling toys to warehouse clubs and to package them more expensively, so consumers can't get cheaper prices at discount competitors. Toys R Us says it will vigorously contest the charges in court. Disney is moving to Manhattan, opening a big store on Fifth Avenue just a block from its biggest competition, the Warner Brothers store. Sean Caleb's reports.
I now declare the Disney store, right here in Manhattan, officially open!
It's the newest jewel in the Disney crown.
It's spectacular. 3 stories, bigger than any other store I've ever been in. It's unbelievable.
It took Disney about 2.5 years to acquire all the space.
If you're going to be an important media company, you should be here. New York City has not been traditionally the most important Disney market, and we'd like to make it a very important Disney market.
It's 40,000 square feet of some of the most expensive real estate in the world. At a monthly $400 a square foot, Disney's margins will be thin.
They may pay the overhead, but they don't make a whole lot of money. That rent is very, very expensive.
Expensive real estate, but it doubles as advertising. Disney hopes the visibility will translate into more sales at its nearly 400 U.S. retail outlets. Disney waited a long time to open its first store in Manhattan. Officials wanted a premier Fifth Avenue address. Well, they got it. And at the same time, the characters of Warner Brothers, just a block and a half away, got some added competition. And the world of Bugs Bunny and Batman, already a haven for tourists, is expanding. Disney says the block is big enough for both.
Well, I don't really think we're competition. I think if you ask other retailers on Fifth Avenue, they're happy that both of us are here because they'll be great traffic generators.
Merchandise makes up less than 10% of Disney's mega-billion global empire, but it's a growing business. They will be ushered in with less fanfare, but by the end of the year, Mickey and Company plan on having 4 more stores in Manhattan. Sean Caleb, CNN Financial News, New York.
Some good news for drivers this Memorial Day weekend. The government reports prices at the gas pumps fell around the country Monday and Tuesday, the first consecutive day drop since prices began going up in February. The government survey says the average cost per gallon is down about 0.4 cents from last week. Chrysler says it will stop importing Japanese-made cars and selling them under the Chrysler name. Citing slow sales, the number 3 American automaker says it won't offer the Eagle Summit subcompact beginning next year. It's built by Mitsubishi. Chrysler says it's having more success with its homegrown products. Stocks finished higher overall on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 41 to close in record territory at 57.78. And up next, headline sports.
This is Headline News, a CNN network.
Actor Eric Douglas was picked up early today on a drug charge. The youngest son of Kirk Douglas was arrested in his Manhattan apartment. Police say they found 11 vials of crack cocaine and more than 1,000 antidepressant pills. The 38-year-old has had a history of trouble with the law, including a previous cocaine arrest, allegations of disrupting 2 airline flights, and shoving a police officer. Jack Lemmon may think twice before going near a horse again. We'll tell you why in the Hollywood Minute.
This is Dennis Michael with the Hollywood Minute. Jack Lemmon was briefly hospitalized while working on a film in North Carolina this week. The Oscar winner was injured when a horse in a parade scene was spooked and stepped on his leg. Lemmon is working on the comedy My Fellow Americans, co-starring with James Garner. Despite some swelling of his ankle, Lemmon is expected back to work this week. Now that Francis Coppola has completed his work as head of the jury at the Cannes Film Festival, he's looking at a new project. Daily Variety reports the legendary filmmaker is set to direct a science fiction epic set 100 years in the future. The project is called Mirror. That movie will have to wait, though, until Coppola finishes work on his late summer release, Jack, starring Robin Williams. This is Dennis Michael with the Hollywood Minute.
Their mission was to attend the premiere of Mission Impossible. 2,000 guests chose to accept that mission on Monday. The movie stars Tom Cruise, who also co-produced it. He and his wife, Nicole Kidman, among the many stars in attendance. The movie opens today, and Carol Buckland has a review.
We're being ambushed.
Mission Impossible kicks off with a dazzling title sequence and concludes with a mind-boggling climax involving a chopper, a high-speed train, and a tunnel. What happens in between is a mess. Tom Cruise plays Ethan Hunt, an IMF operative who loses most of his team in an ambush in Prague. He's fingered as a traitor and sets out to clear his name and nab the bad guys. To this end, he recruits several disavowed agents to break into the IMF's main computer.
Where exactly is it?
In Langley.
In Langley? The one in Virginia, right? Inside CIA headquarters at Langley. Is he serious?
The plot is convoluted and makes only minimal sense. The characters, Cruise included, are basically cardboard. What little humanity there is in this film comes from Vanessa Redgrave, who does a deliciously wicked turn as an arms dealer named Max. There are a few nice moments, too, from Henry Czerny, who plays a spy master who may or may not have betrayed his country.
How many identities do you think Hunt has? How many times has he slipped past customs, and how many countries? These guys are trained to be ghosts.
The big scenes in this movie are really big. Most of the rest of them are pretty bad. Brian De Palma's direction is flashy, but to little effect. You can accept this Mission Impossible if you want, but this reviewer's attention span self-destructed after about 20 minutes. Carol Buckland, CNN.
This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
But we live to bring you another show. The day's top stories in 2 minutes. I'm Chuck Roberts. A whole day's news every half hour. This is Headline News.
This is Headline News, a CNN network.